Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Learn to be Filipino. And today's topic is a little heavy, but it's something we really need to talk about, especially if you're a foreigner living in the Philippines or even just visiting here. A 27-year-old Vietnamese woman was recently robbed, stabbed, and left wounded in Cavite after being attacked in Pasay City. And honestly, this isn't an isolated case. Over the last few weeks, there have been a troubling number of robberies involving women across different parts of the country. So in this video, I want to break it down, what happened in this case, look at the bigger pattern we're seeing, and then have an honest discussion about what this means for expats, tourists, or even Filipino friends and family moving forward. According to a report, a Vietnamese woman named Ly Thai Bao Yen was picked up in Pasay City by a Chinese acquaintance. They were in a Toyota Innova when suddenly another man jumped into the car. This stranger immediately stabbed her on both legs and even in her stomach before stealing her belongings like her phone. Imagine that, guys. You're sitting in your car, maybe with your friend, and out of nowhere, someone just jumps in and attacks you. No warning, no chance to fight, nothing. Now here's where it gets even stranger though. Instead of stopping immediately, her Chinese companion kept driving all the way to Bacoor, Cavite, where she was finally brought to a barangay hall around 11 p.m. A good Samaritan helped her and she was rushed to the hospital. The suspect, still at large, and police of course are investigating the situation. But what really bothers me, and I'm sure you're probably thinking the same, is the setup. Why did this Chinese friend not stop earlier? That one dawned on me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Was he somehow connected or just afraid? And why stab her multiple times if robbery was the goal? This raises so many red flags about trust and about safety and how these crimes actually unfold. Now, this might sound like an isolated case, but if you've been following local news this past month, you'll know it's not. See, I get all my news from the Manila Bulletin, Rappler, basically most of the news outlets that are in Manila. And I've noticed a spike in reports of women being targeted, whether that is Filipino or foreign nationals. Here's what's been happening lately. Just earlier this month, a Filipino call center worker was robbed at knife point while walking home late at night in Quezon City. In Manila, there's been reports of women having their bags snatched while waiting for public transport. Even in Cebu, a group of female students was harassed and robbed near a jeepney stop. Well, you might think like, robbery is robbery, right? It happens everywhere. And that's valid, that's true. But what's worrying is that women in particular are being targeted, often with violence that goes beyond just stealing. It's not about just taking a bag anymore. We're seeing stabbings, assaults, and situations where women are left stranded far from where the crime actually happened. In this Vietnamese woman's case, it's just one of many, but it's the kind of mistakes you pause because it shows you how vulnerable people can be if they trust the wrong person or get into the wrong situation. Now, why are women being targeted more often in these cases? I think based on everything that I read, if you guys know me, I'm a news freak and a history freak, and it's basically opportunity, right? Criminals often think women are easier targets, less likely to fight back. Foreign women especially might be seen as carrying more valuable belongings, newer phones, cash, or even jewelry. There's a sad reality of social perception, and some criminals think foreigners won't stick around to file complaints or follow up on cases, so they see them as low-risk victims. This is why if you watch my last video that I just posted about a week ago, you will see that the new tourist court's proposal, it's something to rave about. But here's the part that hits home most for me. If you're living here as a foreigner, you might feel a certain level of comfort. You go out, you trust people, you think nothing bad is going to happen. But as soon as somebody notices you're carrying something valuable or moving around with people they think they can exploit, you become a target. That's why I always say, don't think just because you're in a friendly country like the Philippines that danger doesn't exist. 99% of the time, life here is wonderful, peaceful, and safe. But that 1% can change everything. Now let me give you my perspective. Living here for nearly a decade, I've seen patterns. Most crimes against foreigners aren't random. They are connected to trust or routine. Maybe they trusted the wrong person, somebody that they didn't really know yet. Maybe you've taken the same route home every night. Maybe you got too comfortable showing what you have. And a lot of guys do that here. A lot of guys do trust really easily, drink around people that they barely met, and some of these guys are friendly guys. And women especially, foreign women, face even a higher risk when mixing trust and vulnerability. I mean, this Vietnamese trusted a friend enough to get in the car with. But that trust ended with her in a hospital. That's not the lady's fault, but it's something we need to learn from. As an expat, I think we have to remind ourselves, not everyone who calls themselves a friend has good intentions. That's a harsh truth. but it's one that you have to accept if you want to stay safe here long term. But you guys know me, I'm on the positive side. I want to give you guys this news, but I don't want to make this video about doom and gloom. The Philippines is still one of the most welcoming places on earth, but we need to be smart. And some people here, honestly, sorry to say, but they're not street smart at all. They're more like book smart, so they can't really pinpoint certain signs to look out for. So here are some tips I want to share, especially for women. You should avoid traveling alone at all at night. Always know where you need to go and let someone else know too, if you are traveling with other people and if you have friends in the Philippines. You should always be careful about who you accept rides from. I mean, if it's not like a Grab driver, then who are you getting in the car with? Even if you call them a friend. And you always got to keep your valuables out of sight, especially phones. Phones are one of the most common things snatched in the Philippines. And most importantly, trust your instincts. That thing I said about street smart, I know some people don't have it, and that's part of having instincts. If something feels off, then just leave. This goes for foreigners, Filipinos, women, men, everyone. But this month's cases really highlight the risks women face. So what can we all take from this? Is that the Philippines is still an incredible place to live. But stories like this remind us that safety isn't something that we can take for granted. Whether you're a tourist or an expat or a local, the truth is, crime doesn't discriminate, but sometimes it targets the vulnerable more. And sadly, women have been on the receiving end of that more than once this month. Let's remember to stay cautious, guys. Let's stay alert, and let's protect each other out there. If you found this news and discussion to be helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button so YouTube knows to share this video with more people who need the reminder. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. On this channel, we talk about real life experiences of living in the Philippines as a foreigner, the good and the bad. Till next time, guys, stay safe, smart, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.